In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and a placid lake lived a painter renowned for his breathtaking monochrome paintings. His name was Cashin, and he was celebrated throughout the kingdom for his mastery of black and white art. People would travel from far and wide to own one of his pieces, each stroke a testament to his dedication and skill. Yet, despite his fame and fortune, Cashin was troubled by an unsettling emptiness within him, a void that no amount of paint or canvas could fill. One day, while wandering through a labyrinthine antique store, Cashin stumbled upon a peculiar black and white photograph of a woman with eyes that seemed to hold the depth of 1,000 untold stories. Intrigued, he purchased the photo, unaware that it was a portal to another dimension, a world where color had been drained from existence, leaving only shades of gray in its wake. As he gazed into the woman's captivating eyes in the picture, a sense of familiarity washed over him like a half-forgotten dream. As if pulled by an invisible force, Cashin found himself stepping into the photograph, leaving behind the familiar sights and sounds of his world for something entirely unknown. The antique shop vanished, replaced by a desolate landscape stretching endlessly in all directions. Rolling hills that had once been carpeted in vibrant greens and yellows were now monotonous shades of gray. The clear blue sky had become a featureless white expanse, devoid of any life or movement. Fear began to grip Cashin's heart, threatening to consume him. He desperately tried to retrace his steps, to find a way back to the antique shop, but every direction he turned seemed identical to the last, offering no clues to his whereabouts or how to escape this monochrome nightmare. Just when his hope began to dwindle, he noticed a faint trail in the distance, a slight variation in the gray landscape that hinted at the possibility of an exit. With renewed determination, he set off down the path, eager to escape the suffocating sameness that threatened to drive him insane. As he journeyed deeper into this colorless world, Cashin came across various inhabitants who were trapped in their monochromatic lives, unable to remember a time when color had graced their existence. Some were resigned to their fate, finding solace in the routines of their gray existence. Others, however, were consumed by a deep sadness, mourning the loss of colors they had never known, but whose absence left a gaping hole in their souls. Among them was a young girl named Lila, who possessed a spark of curiosity that set her apart from the rest. When Cashin first encountered her, she was sitting alone on a gray stone, gazing at a blank canvas, with an intense longing in her eyes. Intrigued by her melancholy, Cashin approached her and learned that Lila yearned to paint, but had no colors to use. Moved by her story, Cashin gifted her some paints, hoping to bring a splash of color into her life. As Lila began painting, the gray world around them seemed to shimmer, as if the mere presence of color was causing the monochrome reality to waver. This sparked a flicker of hope in Cashin's heart, a belief that perhaps there was a way to restore color to this world and break the curse that bound them. Together, Cashin and Lila continued their journey, encountering various individuals and rekindling their desire to experience the full spectrum of human emotions. Each interaction brought them closer to understanding the true nature of the curse that had befallen this world and the importance of embracing the full range of human emotions. Through acts of kindness, courage, and compassion, Cashin and Lila began to awaken dormant emotions within the hearts of those they met, stirring them from their gray existence and reminding them of the beauty that lay dormant within. However, not everyone was receptive to this awakening. There were those who feared the stirring of emotions, clinging tightly to the safety of their monochrome lives. Among them was the enigmatic woman from the photograph, the very being responsible for trapping them in this colorless realm. Her name was Embra, and she was the embodiment of the world's lost colors, as well as the despair and hopelessness that had taken root in its inhabitants' hearts. Umbra had imprisoned countless souls, including Castian's, draining them of their vibrant essence and leaving them trapped in an endless gray abyss. She revealed to Cassian that his soul, too, had once been devoid of color until he discovered the joy of painting and infused his life with hues of passion, creativity, and imagination. Umbra recognized the threat this posed to her existence and sought to reclaim what she believed was rightfully hers, dragging him into her own personal monochrome hell. Now, with the help of those whose hearts they had rekindled along the way, Cassian faced Umbra, determined to break free of her clutches and restore color to this dying world. The battle was fierce, not just for the world's sake, but for Cassian's own soul, which Umbra sought to devour, adding its vibrant essence to her own decaying spirit. But Cassian had an advantage Umbra had not anticipated: the love and friendship he had forged with the people of this monochrome world. Their rekindled emotions served as a beacon of light, driving back the darkness and reminding him of all that was worth fighting for. With a final surge of strength, Cassian managed to trap Umbra within his own black and white photograph, sealing her away and severing her connection to the physical realm. As the monochrome world began to heal, color slowly returned, transforming the gray landscape into a vibrant tapestry of life and beauty. The inhabitants, freed from the oppressive monochrome, reveled in the newfound freedom, expressing themselves through the full spectrum of emotions they had once suppressed. Yet as the world around him shifted from black and white to a riot of colors, Cassian felt a profound sense of loss. He had come to appreciate the stark beauty of monochrome, the way it forced one to focus on the essence of things, the purity of black and white, the simplicity of a world without distractions. But most importantly, he realized that the real beauty lay not in the absence of color, but in the appreciation of life in all its shades. He understood now that true art was not about capturing a moment in time, but about expressing the emotions that colored our experiences. And it was this realization that made him decide to stay in this world not as a conqueror, but as a student eager to learn the language of color from the very people whose lives had been drained of it. With renewed purpose, Cassian began painting, his canvases exploding with the vibrancy of a world reborn. He used bold, sweeping brush strokes to capture the joy, sorrow, hope, and despair that he had witnessed, each painting becoming a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of embracing one's emotions. And so Cassian, the painter who had once found beauty in black and white, became renowned throughout the colorful kingdom for his ability to capture the full spectrum of human emotion in his art. People from far and wide came to marvel at his paintings, each stroke a reminder of the importance of embracing the full range of human experience. As years passed, Cassian's paintings became more than just art. They became a cultural touchstone, a way of communicating complex emotions through the universal language of color and form. His work inspired countless others to explore their own emotions, to find beauty in the midst of pain, and to embrace the fullness of life even in its darkest moments. And yet, amidst all the acclaim and adulation, Cassian remained humble. always striving to improve his craft and always remembering the valuable lessons he had learned from the people of the monochrome world. For he knew that true art was not just about capturing the world as we see it, but about revealing the depths of our emotions and the complexities of the human experience.